Hello there, peoples of the internets, to another devlog. And I missed last week's devlog. I didn't do one then because I was pretty sick actually and couldn't really record, and on top of that there was a lot going on, so I wasn't able to do much. But this week I did a lot of stuff. So before I get into the game, let me just check out or show what I did. So right here you can see the updates. So I fixed the crafting menu, container logic stuff, which I'll go into later. Fixed item pickup logic. I started basic crafting system, and you'll see what stick converter means in a second. I added sliding, which is pretty important. An idle timer, which you can't really see right now. Well, sort of. I'll show that off. I changed the player speed a little bit to something that feels a bit better, just from 1 to 1.5, so you move a little bit faster. And I tweaked some combat and lighting numbers, and I'll be showing you that all off right now. So let's get into the game. And so first thing you probably will notice is the fire casts a lot bigger light, and I'm not sure if I want to keep it like this, and I'll probably still keep tweaking it, but I think it does look better when it's bigger. And I was kind of messing around a bit before with some dynamic shadows, and they aren't in right now, but I don't know, maybe at some point it'll be in. Also, night gets a bit darker, and right now it's just sped up, but normally the day-night cycle would be longer than just that, as you saw. Now, another thing you'll probably notice is, let me just run around, and I'll let go. And so I sort of come to a sliding stop, which I think it feels a lot smoother, it feels a lot better to run like this than to just instantly come to a stop. You can see the X and Y going nuts because I'm like in really small decimals. Also, you can see that right now it's just temporary. When you stop, you sort of do a sliding animation. Right now it's just the punching graphics, but that'll obviously change. But the thing I meant by the sliding timer is the idle timer is you stop and then the idle timer kicks in and you go back to your normal thing. So that's like that. Then what else? Oh, items. So let me just run back down here. So item pickup now works pretty well. Let me just move this stuff aside. But by what I mean by item pickup is basically when you pick up an item. So for example, let me just pick this stuff up. You'll see that it goes from the top left to the bottom right. I'm not sure if I showed that off last time, but yeah. So, and it doesn't go inside of objects, inside of other items anymore. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Now another thing is crafting. So there's the crafting menu, and bam, I can finally put stuff into and take stuff out of the crafting thing. I can drop stuff, pick it up, it goes back into the inventory, put it over into the crafting. And that's pretty important, obviously, for a lot of reasons. But one of the most important, it was actually, let me backtrack, it was actually really difficult to implement, and I'm not sure why it was so tough. It was just like, I don't know, something about it was just really tough. I mean, I do know why. It's because the way that items are handled, it's very sort of messy, I guess. Well, not really messy, but just it's difficult to, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Anyway, the thing is done, and it's in, so that all works. And not only can you move from crafting to other stuff, but I've tested it with, like, if you have like 7 of these different like item containing things open, and they all work. So the way normally crafting is planned to work is, say I want to make something like this, right? I don't even know what this is, but sure, let's make something like this. Or you know what? Let's make a potion staff or something. I don't know, something insane. So say I would make that. Whenever I put items into a combination, it could be anywhere, by the way, on the grid, just like next to each other. Like this wouldn't work, but this would. A crafting button, which I've made the art for, but I haven't implemented yet, would pop up, or it would be there, but it would like be gray, and then it would be full color when something is craftable, and you would click it and it would craft it. And yeah, so right now the only thing I have is if an item's in here and I press space, it turns it into a stick. So stick converter, yay, woo. Yeah, so that's pretty much that with that stuff. Also combat. I was actually really focused towards the later part of this week on sort of making the game feel better. And yeah, so like very small things, like for example, last week I did shooting and like rumbling and stuff, but this time I made combat a bit more challenging. So normally I could just go up to one of these guys and spam the spacebar, and I would kill them. But not so much anymore. Like now I'm going to die. So there you go, I died. So it's a bit more skill-based now, and I'm planning to add... Oop, that's the blurry version. Let me just go over here. So I'm planning to add a lot more in the ways of like combat and stuff. For example, I want to have blocking be a thing, so you would press a button to block their attacks, and that would be implemented more when like animations for attacks are implemented for these guys, so you can see them swinging down and know when to hit the block button and stuff like that. But like right now you have to like circle. Oh wow, they killed me there too. So they basically hit for a lot more. They've got a bit more of a range on them, and they have actually I think I kept their life totals the same, but your attacks do a little bit less. So it makes it a bit interesting, it keeps it a bit fresh. So yeah, they hit for a lot more. So I have to sort of circle around. There we go, I got him. But even that was tricky. So combat isn't going to be super important in this game, but I want it to still be an element. I mean, it is an action RPG, so it's definitely going to be an important element of the game. So that means that it should feel good. Another thing I want to implement, I don't know if I talked about this, but basically the less health something has, the more, I mean, the art reflects how much health something has. So right now these guys would be like, if it was implemented, these guys would be at full health, they're walking normally, you know, chasing me and everything. But as I start beating them down, maybe some scratches start appearing, they have like tears in their armor, they're limping, they're walking a bit more slowly, things like that. That reflect, because I'm not going to have numbers saying like, oh, you did this much damage and stuff like that, because I feel like it takes out from the immersion of the game. So instead, you'll be having to judge how you're doing based on actually looking at the game's art, and like as if you would if you were in actual combat. But that's pretty much it for this devlog. Yeah, let me know what you think, please. And I think I can say this now. The plan is to have a demo release, like an actual release. I know I haven't actually released like a playable version of this game in a very long time, but I want to release an actual demo of A Peasant's Tale by the end of October. Now, we've all been working really hard. Ender's been working really hard. Danik's been working really hard, did that awesome music that you will probably be hearing now if I layer it over the video. All this, Hutch has been working on the website. So everybody's been working really hard on it, and I think that we will be able to get to that goal of releasing a demo at the end of October, beginning of November. So look forward to that. It'll probably be on sites like GameJolt. Probably I'll put a link to it on Facebook. All kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And before I say goodbye, let me just run into here. Oh, nope, can't because this guy's blocking my path. Oh, God. Fight. Oh, wait, also, last thing. I noticed the fun thing that if you shoot, since you sort of... Yeah, this is the thing. I'm not even pushing the buttons, I'm just shooting, and the knockback is pretty awesome. So, yeah. And goodbye!